I know. I said that my Pan That Palette update would be live today, but look what's just arrived in the mail. It is the Cosmic Brushes COOLTRALS palette. So I have to put this on my eyes right now. I had to film with it. I had to get this video live because, oh my god, I'm so excited. Look. Look, this is so me. It is ridiculous. Now, today I am going to be doing full swatches of this palette, a eye look, and a review. So if you guys are definitely interested in that, then stick around. I am trying to do more review-based content on my channel. Every now and then, it's not going to be full on. It's not going to be every video. Don't you worry. Pan That Palette will be live tomorrow. I promise this time. But just before we do jump into this video, if you have not already, like and subscribe. It would mean the world to me, and I do upload every single day here on my YouTube channel, so hopefully you will never get bored. I love bright, fun, colourful makeup, and today, well, it's kind of bright. It's definitely different. It's definitely out there, and I am, of course, going to use the COOLTRALS palette. Now, when this released, I died. I've wanted to try cosmic brushes for the longest time, and I just have never got round to it. So when this released, I was like, this is my opportunity. I ordered this at release on the 21st, and it arrived today on the 1st, so it's been a little bit of a wait, so I just can't wait anymore. I have to just put it on my eyes. So let's open her up. Ta-da! So I have, of course, done this eye look. I will show this to you a little bit later on. So this has been kind of touched and, you know, mangled a little bit, but this is what she looks like. She is a true beauty. She's a true icon. We absolutely love her. Oh my god, this is my dream. This is my dream. I love blue here on my channel. If you know, you know. Blue is my happy color, so of course I had to play with some blues today, but I'm going to swatch this palette for you now. I'm going to tell you what I think. I'm going to tell you my standout shades, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I've not swatched this yet. I've done this whole look, and I've not swatched it yet, and I'm just so excited. I should say before I do that, this palette does retail for £28, so an amazing price. Honestly, an incredible price for the palette. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20 shades for £28. Oh my god, and there are so many codes out there as well. I personally use the code MISSA for 10% off. That is Make Me Up Missa's code. You can get some money off cosmic brushes as well, which makes it even cheaper. Like, this is insane. This is insane. Makeup is never this price anymore. Like, we've got to jump on it. Okay, so I'm going to roll my sleeve up. I'm going to take this little bracelet off. I have got, not that you can tell on camera because it's pasty white. I did do a little bit of a fake-ish tan, and I've got a little bit patchy here. So we're just going to ignore that. If you can see that, no, you can't. So we're just gonna go forward. So I'm gonna start with this stunning shade. This is the shade Slate, and it is a shade that I love for every day. Oh my gosh, look at that. This is a shimmery taupey shade, and I'm just gonna go for it. This is what that shade looks like. Yes, that's all I have to say. Yes, this is a shimmer that I live, breathe, and die for. It does have like PC shimmers a little bit in it, and I love that. That's not a bad thing for me. I love that. It is truly metallic. It is right up my street. Love. So next I have the shade Eternal, which is a lighter taupey everyday kind of shade. It's got a slight rosy hint to it. So let's see how this looks. That is also beautiful. Definitely more of a rosy neutral. It'll definitely go very, very well with some of these more pink tones. That's stunning. So then we have Cold Stone, which is definitely more of a cool tone taupe version of Eternal. It is slightly darker as well. This is like my everyday, oh yeah, my everyday shade. That's beautiful. These swatches are already going wonky, but that's fine. That's fine. These three shades, to be honest, my everyday look. I could rock this. I love cool tones so much. Cool tone neutrals for an everyday look. Sign me up. I'm already obsessed. Next, we have the shade Grounded, which is I kind of describe this as a dusty cranberry kind of shade. I do have this on my eyes today, but you're gonna have to wait and see where I used it. But this is really beautiful. So when I was doing my eye look, I was a little bit scared that these were gonna be like super like warm, intense shades. But as you can see from my eye look today, they blend into almost like this cool tone smoke rather than like red. You know, I was very scared that it was just going to be red. It is not. And I'm so happy about that. So next we have, I think, the standout shade in this palette. And I have not used this shade today. But I mean, I'm definitely going to be having a play around with this. This is the shade Gravitate. It is a red to a green. Hopefully you can see that there with the mirror. It is so high shine. I'm so excited. It feels so smooth. Oh, wow. Please say you can see that green, because in real life, that green hint is insanity. Can you see it in the pan? Oh, you can see it in the pan. Look at that. Boom, 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 boom. It is this shade up here. Yeah, you can see that. That is stunning. I will say there isn't any other greens to blend this out with. So it's, there you go. I'm going to have to like, oh, here we go. There, there, there. There. I'm hoping that works. Yeah, there's no other greens to blend and play around, which I would have appreciated with a greeny duochrome, but there is definitely these reds. So if you just wanted to do like a red with like a hint of green, this would be the one. So the next shade is the shade Natural, which is definitely a darker, dusty cranberry shade. I've also used this shade in my eye look today. That is what that shade looks like there. Really stunning, really beautiful. Again, I was scared that this was going to be red. It is not. It is a nice, dusty, cool, beautiful shade. Next is the shade Secret, which again, I do have slightly on my eyes today. This is a beautiful lavendery gray toned shimmer purple. Oh, and it's got like pieciness to it. That's beautiful. Got almost like purple, pink, and blue specks in it. That is just stunning. I love that so much. You can't really tell on my eyes today because I've only used it in a very, very small area, but swatched out, that's like really stunning. So next is probably my least favorite shade in the whole palette. However, I have used it very, very slightly today. This is the shade Crave. I'm not a pink person, but I really like this inclusion of this like bright bubblegum pink matte. And that is what it looks like there. At first, I was a little bit nervous about this shade in the palette, but having blended it on my eyes today, you definitely can't tell. It's not a shade that is so overwhelming that you're like, holy crap, like that is pink. It is just a really nice light transition shade that just allows it to be more smoky, I think. This has made me rethink bubblegum pinks in my makeup collection because I love the little hint that it did today. You will see later on. I like it. Ooh, I'm saying that I like a bubblegum pink. Who am I? Next, we have Moonlight, and this is all over my lids today. This is ridiculously stunning. This is a true metallic silver shade. Holy crap. Look at that. Look at that. This is so bright. It is crazy. I'm so excited to play around with that one more. Love. So next we have like a granite gray kind of color. This is the shade Shadow. I wouldn't say this is a full-on black. It's definitely got a little bit of lightness to it. But if you guys are scared of using blacks, this is like a perfect shade because it's not quite black. It is kind of like just a gray, a very, very dark gray. So if you wanted depth without having a black, this is going to be really, really good for you. Obviously, it goes with all the blues perfectly. So very excited about that. Okay, and now we're getting to the blues. I'm excited, can you tell? So first we have Affinity, which is this shade here. This feels thicker than the other shades, and it's not as shimmery. It's not as like specky, you know? And that is what that one looks like. Yeah, definitely a lot thicker than the other shimmers so far. I do have this right on the outer part of this cut crease. Very, very tiny amount, but still, it's a nice shade. It's not like a standout, like, wow shade, though. I'd say this is more of like a standard shimmer, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Next, oh, this shade. This is the shade Moonlight. And of course, I have this on my eyes. This feels so soft. I did say, like, slight spoilers, this has a little bit more fallout and kick up than the rest of the shades, and it feels so soft. This is the first time that I've touched it with my finger, so let's see how it swatches. Oh, it swatches beautifully. Like, yeah, it kind of feels soft and it's got some kick up, but it is beautiful. I think eyeshadows that are too dry can be so hard to blend, and this was not hard to blend. This was beautiful, stunning, gorgeous, love. Next is the shade Hidden, which is this slightly lighter denim blue matte. And that is what that one looks like. Again, beautiful, in love, stunning, gorgeous, goes so well. Yeah. Next, I have the shade Cooltral, which is a very, very grey lavender, I'd say. It's not grey. It has the tiniest bit of purple in it, but if you kind of just gazed at it in the pan, it definitely looks grey, but it's not. It does have something in it as well. I have not used this today, but that is what that one swatches like. Let me just do another layer. Beautiful. Look at that. Again, stunning for every day, yes. Then we have the shade Tempting, which I think would be a perfect companion to Cooltral. Like a 2 shadow look with these two. Stop it. That, oh, that is that one there. That's beautiful. Yep. This has like almost like greeny blue specks in it. It's so unique, so stunning. Love that so much. We have 1 row left. Am I going to be able to fit it on my arm? I'm going to try. So next I have the shade Intuition, which is on my eyes today. This is beautiful, like a cool lavender shade. In love. And that is that one there. Yep. Yep. Now this is the shade Reveal. It's one of those like white shades with a blue hint to it. And that is that one there. Very high shine. It is really, really nice. It's not the most intense, but it's definitely like there, you know? That is really beautiful. I was umming and ahhing whether to put that on the center of my lid, but I did end up going for Moonlight instead. It did just lose out. But that is like a topper to some of these other blues. Oh my god, stunning, yes. Right, we've got 3 more shades. Can we fit them? We have the shade Attract, which is a lighter lavender shade. This is more of a true lavender, I feel. And that is what that shade looks like swatched. We are getting close now. It feels so soft as well in the pan. I feel like a lot of the time with very, very light mattes, it's very easy for them to be ashy, especially these cool tone shades, but these just aren't ashy at all. These are really pigmented still, really soft, really gorgeous. I'm like so excited about this palette. Next, I have the shade Magnetic, which is this bluey purple kind of shade, and that is going to be swatched right there. I feel like this is one of the more warm tone shades in the palette. I don't use these shades often at all, so I think this is going to be a little bit of a neglected shade, but I did try my best to use it today. And finally we have the shade Eclipse, which is this black with some shimmer in it. Wow, just swatched. That shimmer is intense, and that is what it looks like. We've just managed to fit them all in. Look at that. I'm not normally a big fan of blacks with shimmer in them, of any shade with shimmer in them. You'll see my thoughts pretty soon. This is the whole palette swatched. It is beautiful. It is gorgeous. Look at this. It is indie magic. It is me in a color story. I'm so excited to put this on my eyes with you today. What do you think of these swatches? What is your favorite shade so far? Let me know down below. And with that being said, let's put this on the eyes. Okay, so let's jump straight into this. I'm so unbelievably excited. Oh, this color story is just gorgeous. I would have said everything in the intro, but this is the first thing that I'm filming today, and I'm just like, I just want to say everything right now, but I'm not going to. I'm going to restrain myself. Of course, this month is the only month that I've got bright ass summer nails on. Yeah, kind of clashing, but that's fine. I'm gonna go into Eclipse to start with. I'm a little bit scared of this shade because it is a sequin shade. I don't know how I feel about them, but we're gonna go in for it anyway. I'm gonna see if these shimmers show up on the eyes or if they just kind of blend out as usual. Okay, it's very pigmented straight off the bat, which is nice. You guys know I always like to start my looks with a black. I love depth in eye looks. I love everything like that. And I'm also going to pop it on the inner corner as well. So I've just brought it all the way through the crease. And you know what? The sparkles are actually still there a tiny, tiny bit. Because normally I really hate these sequin shades just because there's no point to them. Once you blend out the shade on the eye, it's like basically a matte anyway. Like, there is no point to these sequin shades, but these shimmers, like little glittery things, they seem to have stayed on. Even though I am blending it and buffing it and moving it around, these shimmers have stayed on, which I've actually never seen before. That's really interesting. Okay. I was a little bit nervous starting with a black, especially when I've already done my base, but there doesn't seem to be any fallout either, which is amazing. All right, so this is a really nice black. I really, really like that. Again, I start most looks with a black, so I'm pretty well versed, I would say, in black eyeshadows. But this is a nice one. It is a true black. It's not got any hint of any other color in it. True smoky black. I like that. Okay, what are we doing next? Next, I'm going to go in with Midnight, which is this deep, deep, deep blue matte. This looks like such a pretty shade. So I'm going to start by popping it on the outer part of this look. I'm going to do like a two-tone halo eye. You've probably already seen it, but I'm just letting you know that's what we're going to do. And I'm kind of tapping this more than blending it for right now. I'm just trying to get as much color as possible on the eye, and it seems to be doing really well. I like this. It's blending very, very good. As I said, I'm not even trying to blend it right now, and they just seem to be kind of merging together. And again, no fallout. I do have some sleep under my eye, which is cute. But other than that, no fallout. There is a little bit of kick up in this shade, but it's nothing too bad. This is actually the first time that I'm trying Cosmic brushes, and I've seen so many amazing reviews of their brand, and I've just never, I don't know why I've never bought from them before. I was gonna buy the Winter Wonderland palette because that is straight up my street, but I think it's sold out before I managed to get it, which is so annoying, but that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. And then I think by the time that it relaunched, it was just kind of like, you know what it's like in the makeup world, like buying an old palette to review. I just wouldn't have worked, I don't think. So this was my perfect opportunity, and oh, I'm loving it. You guys know I love blue. I always say blue is my happy color, and that is blended so well. I love that. Okay, next I'm gonna go, it's either Hidden, which is this like lighter denim blue, or Intuition, which is this more lilac shit. I think I'm going to do this lilac, I think. I was going to do all the blues, but this lilac is a little bit different, so I'm going to go in with that. I'm going to take a slightly fluffier brush and go in with this. There's like no kick up in this shade at all, which is great. And I'm just going to start blending that. Okay, not much payoff on this one, but I'm gonna keep blending. Okay, this shade's definitely made this much smokier, much kind of grungier. I feel like if I'd have gone with that denim blue, it would have been brighter. But I mean, this is the COOLTRALS palette, so I mean, gotta stay on theme. But no, that's nice. This was one of those shades you don't think it's doing anything until it does something, you know? I just had to keep blending it, and yeah, this is definitely more grey, I think, on the eyes than in the pan. Yeah, that's nice. I think if you built this shade up, it could be a really, really nice, just one and done shadow all over the crease, all on the lid, things like that. And I think you could probably make it a lot more like vibrant lilac like it is in the pan here. But I think just blended out with that blue, it just makes a really nice transition shade. It's nothing too much. I do like that. Okay, and on the same brush, I think I'm just going to go in with the shade Attract, which is the lightest kind of purpley tone. Maybe this will brighten it up again. And again, no kick up with that shade at all. And I'm just going to start dusting that very, very lightly. Okay, so that bluey purpley blend is gorgeous. It's perfect. It was so easy to do. I'm very, very impressed so far. That's really stunning. So let's try another color story on the inner part. And I want to go for more of these like reddy pinky tones up here. So I'm going to start with Natural, which is more of this like brown with a bit of red in it. It's got this like bricky reddiness to it. It is stunning. So let's start with that. And I'm just going to go and pop this on the inner part. Very, very similar to what we did on the other eye. I love doing these two-toned halo eyes for reviews, just because I feel like you get to play with two of the blends instead of just one. And I mean, the more blends, the better. Am I right? Okay, I was a little worried with this shade that it would just be like quite red, but it's actually very smoky. One of the worries that I had with this palette when I first saw it was these like pinky tones. Were they just gonna look red on the eyes? But this actually looks really, really smoky, really, really neutral, like very, very like cool, smoky, not bright ass red, which is what I was worried about. And now that I've blended that black, the shimmers have definitely gone now. So there definitely isn't any, well, there is a little bit actually. There's a tiny bit of shimmer still in that black, but it's definitely not noticeable, you know? Okay, and now I'm gonna go in with the shade Grounded, which is this, you can see my desk here, hello, which is this more, how would you describe it? Again, quite red leaning cranberry, like a dusty cranberry kind of color. I don't know. These shades are all very unique. That is what I really love about this palette. There's like not just a blue, like it's a dusty, smoky, grungy denim blue, you know? It's not just a red. It's a weird cranberry kind of color. Like these colors I've not really seen much in other palettes, and that is definitely what drew me to this as well. Obviously the blues, of course, but also these. And again, this is blending so well. I'm actually a bit taken aback with how well these are blending. Like, this is nice. I can't believe I'm only just trying this brand. I remember when Make Me Up Missa would just like rave about all of these palettes, and I had the biggest FOMO in the world. I wanted them so bad. And now I can tell why everyone was raving about them. This is stunning. Right, that took no time at all. And then on the same brush, I think I'm going to go in with the tiniest bit of Crave, which is this bright bubblegum pink. And I just think this will give just a little bit of something. Yeah, even that tiny, tiny bit of bubblegum pink. Can you see the difference? It's just kind of made it almost a bit more cool tone, almost a bit more like grungy, which you would not think would be the case with a bright ass bubblegum pink. But that is exactly what I was wanting. Wow. Look at this blend. Can we just appreciate this blend for a second? I've been filming for 15 minutes and I've done 2 separate blends. I think that is amazing. Like, I can't see anything bad at all. That's stunning. I'm loving that. So I'm going to go cut the inner part of my crease just with a concealer. I'm not going to do any colored base. I'm not going to help it. I want this eyeshadow palette to work for me. I'm going to put it to the test. So no colored bases, just a concealer going to be used for this crease. Okay, here we go. It's so hard for me to do this kind of shape on my eyes just because my eyelids are so uneven. It is not even a joke, but I think this is as good as we're going to get. So we're going to move forward. So these shimmers, mwah, 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 love, 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 love. I actually have no idea. Maybe like these two, they could work well. So that is Secret. I haven't swatched these yet. You guys would have seen the swatches already. That's stunning. And then Affinity, also stunning. I think these are going to be our shimmers. So Secret, I'm just going to pop on the outer part of this. Oh, that is beautiful. I should really do this with a brush because my nails are so long that I can't get in here. And then Affinity. Yeah, definitely the right ones. Let me use a brush though, because my long claws can't do this right now. Here we go. Oh, that is so much better. Who'd have thought? Who'd have thought? There we go. I'm only going to put a tiny bit on because I just want this to be the blend. But that is stunning. That is the shade Secret. And then the shade Affinity. Affinity seems to have less PC sparkle in it, but it is still a beautiful shade. Okay, now there are 2 whitish shades in this palette. So there is a full-on silver here called Moonlight, or there is this like bluey shade which is called Reveal, but I think I want to do Moonlight, which is the just pure silver, because look at that shine. Reveal seems to be less shimmery but more blue. So Reveal is up top, Moonlight is on the bottom. I think Moonlight's the way to go. I want shimmer, I want sparkle, I want it all. So we're gonna go in with Moonlight, which is this shade here. Let's see how well this goes on with a brush, because sometimes shimmers are a little bit tricky with a brush. Okay, it's definitely not as wham pam in your face with a brush, but that's fine. I'm just gonna bring it right up to the edge of that cut crease, and with the brush I'm just really gonna focus on this upper part because I probably will go in with my finger on the lower part, but we've already been through this. My finger is not the most accurate, especially right now with these giant talons. That is stunning though. That is stunning. And I'm going to tap, yeah, with the finger. This is so much brighter. That's the case for most shimmer formulas though. That is definitely not anything against this brand or this palette. You're always going to get a better payoff with the finger when it comes to shimmers. So it's just the name of the game, unfortunately. But this silver is beautiful. It's one of those very, very smooth shimmers. It's got like no chunkiness to it. I am just going to tap back into Secret and Affinity, these 2 like blending shimmers, just because I did go over them a little bit with that silver, and it also will just help to blend a tiny bit. This look though is gorgeous. I'm so obsessed with this. Okay, do we think these are even? No. No. But that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. We're gonna move on to the lower lash line. Now, I don't know what I want to do on this lower lash line. There's a lot. Look at this. I'm just still so impressed with this palette. It is ridiculous. Do I want to do these neutrals? This shade is kind of calling to me for the lower lash line. I might try that. I'm going to use the same brush that I used the other shimmers on. And this is almost like a magenta royal purple. And I'm gonna start, this is gonna have a lot of fallout, I think. I'm just gonna pop that on the lower lash line. I don't often like warm tone dark purple shades, but you know what, for the lower lash line, it's quite nice. This is, I think it is still cool tone, but it's definitely, I don't know, on the verge, I think. Okay, so I know that this looks a little bit stark right now, but let me just fix that. So I'm going to go in with the brush that we used the blues on, and I'm going to go in with Intuition again. So this was one of the shades that we used on the blue blend, and I'm just going to blend the edges of this purple with that shade. It's just going to bring everything together, make everything look a little bit more purposeful, I guess. There we go. That's nicer. I love that. There was definitely some fallout with that purple, but that's okay. I was like proper packing it on, so I'm not surprised about that, to be honest, at all. And then on the inner corner, I'm thinking maybe Reveal, which was this like blue shade that was in the running to go on the middle of the cut crease. Let's try this. I'm just going to pop this on there, and I am going to tap a tiny bit of Moonlight on top just to brighten it a little bit. Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. How stunning is this? I'm obsessed. I think it's gorgeous. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Let me put some lashes on, everything. Let me just put all this together. I'm gonna put a proper lip on. Just a side note, by the way, when I do videos that I need like my base done but not my eyes, I've started using this. This is the Beauty Bay Sheer Lip Tint in Coconut and Vanilla. It makes my lips look less like bare, just for like these very everyday looks until I put a proper lip on. So I don't know, if you do a lot of review content, definitely have a look at this, because I feel like coming on camera with all of my makeup on bar my eyes, like including lips, looks a bit weird. So that tinted lip balm just like makes it, I don't know, just a little bit less weird. But anyway, I'm gonna go off, do my liner, do my lips, do all that good stuff, and then I'm gonna give you my full rundown thoughts on the Cosmic Brushes COOLTRALS palette. Okay, this is the final look with this bad boy, the Cosmic Brushes COOLTRALS palette. So on my lips, I have the Revolution Pout Balm in Mocha Shine. I thought this would go really well with this look. And also in the waterline, I have two Colourpop Cream Gel liners. So first I have Prance, which I recently rebought because my old one dried out on me. And also I have Charmer out on the outer waterline as well. So I thought these would go really, really well with this look, and they do. They do. So let's talk final thoughts about the Cosmic Brushes COOLTRALS palette. Look at it, first of all. Like, as soon as this was released, I knew that I had to buy it. I had to play with it, and I'm so glad I did. This is just me in a color story. This top row may not be used too much, but then again, these neutrals for an everyday and this shimmery taupe, oh my goodness me. So maybe I'll retract that. But definitely these kind of more pinky tones, maybe not as used for me. But these blues, these like cool tone blurply purple shades, the shimmers are gorgeous. The duochromes are stunning. This look, I love. This is such a me eyeshadow look, I feel like. And I'm just absolutely 100% in love with this palette. Would I give it a 10 out of 10? I'd say a 9. I'd say this is a solid 9 out of 10. I think to be a 10 out of 10, I think that like this shimmer here, I know it's probably part of the design, but it's more of like a satiny kind of shade, you know. I think to be a 10, it's got to be like on steroids, you know? But still, 9 out of 10, I would recommend this 100%. If you are into these tones, the mattes are 10 out of 10. The mattes are an absolute 10 out of 10. I love the mattes so much. The shimmers are stunning, like Moonlight, beautiful. I want to swatch this shade Tempting. I haven't actually swatched these yet, so, oh, that taupe, honey, yeah, that's stunning. If all of the shimmers were like this, oh my god. Oh, and that duochrome, that's nice. Okay, yeah, 9.5. Yeah, those shimmers are nice. Those shimmers are nice. I think in winter especially, this is gonna be so used and abused by me. It is ridiculous. And I mean, hey, the English summer is pretty much dreary, raining, cold anyway. So who knows? Maybe this is gonna be my new everyday eyeshadow palette. It is just beautiful. I love it so much. It's performed amazingly. The mattes are some of the most blendable mattes I've ever used, and I'm so excited about this brand now. I know everyone has been on this brand for an eternity, but I'm now very excited. I finally jumped on the bandwagon. It's taken me a while, but here I am. Let me know, have you bought this palette, or are you going to be planning on buying it soon? Again, I would recommend 100%. I know that the other Warm Trolls palette is more up some other people's streets. I'm not a warm tone girl. I am a cool tone girl. So of course, this was my pick. So let me know down below, what did you think of this look today? Were you impressed with this palette? Were you just as impressed as I was? Let me know all your thoughts down below. Have you picked up the Warm Trolls palette? What do you think of that? Just flood my comments with everything that you want to say, because I love reading all your guys' comments. And with that, this is where I'm gonna love you and leave you today, guys. I hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, like and subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow for a brand new video. Bye bye.